Yeah, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's well. My name is Abhay. I'm an associate in quantitative research at Lloyd's Banking Group. Um, this is my first time doing a public talk. I'm also getting married in 3 months, so this is perfect practice for that. um, so, yeah, I wanted to give a little talk on the importance of learning how to communicate effectively and yeah, key importance on the word learning. So it's always an in progress item. Um, so when I joined the bank, I was really fortunate to work for a brilliant managing director who gave me a fantastic piece of advice, which was that Abby, the technical skills can take you to a certain point, but learning people skills can take you the furthest. So that was a catalyst for me to go on a journey to learn how to communicate with those around me better. And there's a really critical point that if there's one thing that all of you take away from this 5 minutes, please let it be this, which is that people may forget what you say to them, but they will never forget how you make them feel. And I really want to reiterate that. So people may forget what you say, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So I want to go on to this topic of transactional analysis, which is essentially the notion, and it was coined in this book called I'm Okay, You're Okay, which is a fantastic book. And it's essentially saying that in all of us, there are three ego states, which are parent, adult, and child. So, and when we have a transaction, which is when I say something to someone and they say something back, and it doesn't have to be verbal, we're hitting one of these three ego states. So I'll demonstrate it with a very quick example. So if my boss comes to me and says, Abe, let's take some time to review this code and see how we can debug it, that is a very adult to adult transaction, adult to adult statement. But if I respond saying that I don't need to be micromanaged, I can do this myself, that is a very child to parent statement. And as you can see on the diagram, we now have a cross. And in transactional analysis, when we have a cross, that's generally going to lead to conflict. So, and we're going to start reacting to each other's reactions. So this brings me on to emotional regulation. And emotional regulation is a huge part of transactional analysis, because rather than perpetuate a negative feeling towards someone else, and we can ask the question, what did I hit in them? What ego state did I hit in them to make them react in that way? And it also allows us to compartmentalize. Because, for example, if I've got children at home and I've had a challenging time with them, if I now go to work and I start saying to people, oh, why didn't you do this for me? Why is this not done on time? That's my not okay parent speaking to them, and they don't deserve that. So if I emotionally regulate and self-soothe, I'm able to be a better version of myself at work. So now I just wanted to touch on checking in, and this is something that it can be done just very lightly between friends. So one technique I use is if I say to someone, hey, like, how are you? I always follow that up with, how are you actually, after they give their first answer, because generally their first answer is, yeah, I'm doing very well, but that second one prompts them to open up a bit more. But also, like in my relationship with my partner, we have a weekly check-in, which is so that we have a baseline of, we talk about what's gone well in the prior week, but then we also speak about what each of us can do to improve our relationship. So the baseline is always gratitude, and then we talk about how we can be more nourishing for each other. But yeah, whoops. Yeah, so this is my first time at the ACCU conference. I'm so grateful to be joining such a wonderful community, and yeah, thank you so much for listening.